the dark horse of 2026. Which team could shock the grid? Formula One history teaches one iron rule. Whenever the sport resets its regulations, someone unexpected rises from the shadows. In 1998, it was McLaren. In 2009, it was Braun GP. In 2014, it was Mercedes. In 2022, it was Red Bull. And now, as we approach the most dramatic regulatory shift in more than a decade, with new power units, active aero, simplified downforce, and a heavier emphasis on electric deployment, the paddock is quietly asking the question every insider loves: who is the dark horse of 2026? Which team could emerge not just improved, but transformed? To identify the true outsider threat, you must ignore the noise from the established giants and look at the structural forces beneath the surface: investment, technical direction, organizational momentum, and long-term planning. And when you combine all these factors, one name stands out far more than casual fans realize: Audi. The Sauber Audi project is the most meticulously constructed long-term gamble Formula One has seen since Mercedes prepared for the 2014 hybrid era. Unlike past midfield hopefuls, Audi is not entering the sport to participate. They are entering to win. They have taken full control of Sauber's facilities, modernized the Hinwil factory, hired aggressively from top teams, invested hundreds of millions into their new engine program, and unified their chassis and power unit operations under one philosophical banner. Their strategy mirrors the approach Mercedes used to build their hybrid dynasty: quiet preparation, unflashy progress, deep structural reinforcement, and complete integration between chassis, aerodynamics, and power unit. The key reason Audi could shock the grid is simple. They are the only team building a 2026 car and engine as a single coherent project. Everyone else is adapting an existing identity. Audi is crafting one from scratch. This gives them a rare advantage during a regulation reset: the chance to build the entire concept around the new rules instead of retrofitting old ideas. Their power unit is rumored to be extremely compact and energy efficient, designed specifically for the new high electrical output landscape. While Honda, Mercedes, and Ferrari adapt existing philosophies, Audi is creating theirs entirely around 2026's electric-forward architecture. The absence of legacy baggage could allow them to innovate more aggressively. But the real secret weapon isn't the engine. It is the re-engineered aerodynamic department. Hinwil has always had exceptional wind tunnel capabilities, but lacked the budget and talent density to exploit it. Audi has fixed both problems. Their aero division is now staffed with engineers poached from Red Bull, Mercedes, McLaren, and even Ferrari's recovery operation. The department has been rebuilt with a modern workflow, improved CFD, streamlined communication, rapid iteration tools, and correlation technology that rivals the top teams. When a new era begins, aerodynamic understanding trumps reputation, and Audi's Aero Group is one of the most underestimated in the paddock. Beyond that, Audi brings something almost no other team has at this moment: clarity of vision. Ferrari are reorganizing. Red Bull are politically fractured. Mercedes are restructuring. McLaren are rising, but still reliant on Mercedes engines. Alpine are in free fall. Aston Martin are uncertain without full factory engine integration. Audi, by contrast, know exactly what they are building, why they are building it, and how every department must contribute to the plan. Their leadership structure is stable, their engineering department is aligned, their financial support is enormous, their culture is disciplined. This stability, combined with manufacturer backing, is often what separates the next champions from the midfield survivors. People forget that Braun GP were only able to capitalize on the 2009 regulations because they retained the technical spine Honda had spent years constructing, the unseen investment that made the miracle possible. Audi are building their own version of this unseen foundation. But Audi is not the only dark horse. There is another contender, not a favorite, not a giant, but a team whose trajectory is rising with surprising sharpness. Aston Martin. Their 2023 to 2024 resurgence showed how quickly they can develop when concept, leadership, and investment align. Their Silverstone factory is now one of the most advanced in Formula One. Their wind tunnel is coming online. Their talent recruitment has been aggressive. And most critically, they will become a Honda Works team for 2026, a partnership that could unlock frightening performance if Honda produces another world-class power unit. Aston Martin's biggest weakness has always been reliance on Mercedes for engines and key mechanical components. In 2026, that dependency ends. Their entire chassis will be built entirely around the Honda unit with no compromises. For the first time, Aston Martin becomes a true factory team. If their aero department recaptures the spark of 2023, they could produce the kind of leap that takes them from podium threats to championship contenders. But the question remains, can they outdevelop McLaren? Can they outthink Mercedes? Can they out-strategize Ferrari? Possibly, but their ceiling depends heavily on Honda's execution. Meanwhile, another dark horse lurks in the grid's lower half. Williams, yes, Williams. Quietly, methodically, under James Vowles, the team has begun a structural transformation similar to Mercedes' rise in 2010. They have increased staff, modernized facilities, attracted major engineering talent, and stabilized their organizational culture for the first time in a decade. More importantly, they will run the Mercedes 2026 engine, which insiders believe will be the strongest of the next era. Williams will not dominate. That is unrealistic. But they could make the kind of jump that takes them from the back of the grid to consistent points, perhaps even podiums. A shock? Yes. Impossible? No. But let us be clear. The true dark horse, the one with the potential to redefine the competitive order, is Audi. Why? Because Formula One respects patterns. Because whenever a manufacturer enters with full corporate firepower and years of preparation, they do not aim for P6. They aim for empire. Because Audi's structural recipe matches those of past champions. Mercedes in 2014, Renault in 2005, Honda in the 1980s, Ferrari in 2000. All had three things: investment, integration, and identity. Audi has all three, and more. Their engine philosophy suits the new hybrid balance. Their aero department is highly modernized. Their organizational culture is stable. Their leadership is aligned. Their drivers will enter with nothing to lose. And most importantly, their project is peaking precisely at the moment Formula One resets the competitive landscape. So, which team could shock the grid in 2026? Not Red Bull, not Ferrari, not Mercedes, not McLaren. They will fight for titles, but they cannot shock the world. They are the world. The shock must come from outside the established order. And that shock, if the signs are correct, if the whispers inside the paddock hold true, if history repeats itself, will come from a brand new empire rising in Hinwil. Audi is the dark horse of 2026. And if they get the opening right, if they hit the regulations as perfectly as Mercedes hit 2014, the shock will not be a surprise. It will be a warning that a new giant has arrived, and Formula One will never look the same again.